person to weather the elements here. After all, the average daily highs are below zero about 120 days a year. And once the sun goes down in late November, it doesn't rise again for about 65 days. That's over 2 months of perpetual darkness for the 4,000 or so residents.
The darkness, I think, affects everybody, whether they want to admit it or not. A lot of depression, a lot of fatigue, I guess. You just don't feel like doing anything.
They say that sunlight and the vitamin D from that sunlight actually helps you cheer up, that you need that as part of your diet. In Barrow, when it's dark that long, I mean, that's a long seasonal affective disorder.
Barrow consists of 21 square miles of tundra that formed over permafrost up to 1,300 feet deep. Snow routinely stays on the ground into June.
You know, a lot of people in the lower 48 think that they're going to come out to Alaska and live the macho lifestyle and whatnot until they get here and they realize it's not quite as simple or as easy as they thought it was going to be.
From extreme cold to extreme heat, it's the hottest, driest place in North America, and it holds the record for the highest recorded temperature in the world. At number 2, Death Valley. The name says it all, doesn't it?
I guess the name is kind of an attraction for some people, and I think it's also frightening for others. Because I'll say, well, why don't you come out to Death Valley and visit? Death Valley? Whoa, that's got to be horrible. It's death, you know.
It's located in California's eastern Mojave Desert, about 140 miles west of Las Vegas. It once got to 134 degrees here. That's world record heat, the highest temperature ever recorded anywhere.
That day on July 10th, 1913, a temperature of 134 degrees was apparently measured at the Greenland Branch. It was so hot that flocks of birds apparently were falling out of the sky dead.
The average daily high in July is 115. And in the summer of 2001, there were 154 straight days that reached at least 100 degrees.
Once it's past 110, you can't tell the difference. So to me, about 125, 127, you actually can feel it. It's a little more oppressive. It's hard to breathe.
It once went for 154 consecutive days, reaching temperatures of 100 degrees or hotter. That's close to the world record.
If the heat is like a constant suffocating cloak, then the dryness is the dagger. Death Valley averages just over 2 inches of rain a year.
In fact, there have been 2 years when no rain whatsoever fell in the valley, in 1929 and 1953.
Not only is Death Valley the hottest, driest location in North America, but it's also the lowest. Badwater Basin is 282 feet below sea level, the 6th lowest spot on the planet. That's where the Adventure Corps Badwater Ultra Marathon begins. Yep, you heard it right. Ultra Marathon in Death Valley in July. That's 135 miles, non-stop, in temps up to 125 degrees. That's the equivalent of running 5 straight marathons.
According to the National Geographic, it's the most difficult race in the world, period. More difficult than the Ironman triathlon, the Iditarod sled race.
It would be, I think, the equivalent of getting into a sauna, putting a treadmill in a sauna, and running nonstop for 40 or 50 hours.
How far you got? 17 miles, only 118 to go.
If you wear the wrong shoes, the gel in certain shoes will explode and will literally melt on the pavement.
Okay. There's a term in racing called DNF, which usually means did not finish. In such circumstances, DNF stands for did nothing fatal.
If you finish the Badwater in under 48 hours, you get a belt buckle, which is quite possibly one of the most cherished badges of honor in the world.
Here we are at the finish line, and I think there's a lot of adrenaline now when I get back down to the hotel. You know, I'll be out, because I've seen 3 sunrises, really, if you think about it.
It's all about just being able to get through the heat of the day. It's about survival.
Coming up, the dramatic conclusion of our countdown that you won't want to miss. We reveal the #1 most extreme place in the U.S. Get ready to be blown away.
At Intel, they have technology that lets your face be your password. Oh, that is one secure password.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
I have the flu with a run.